Hey everyone, and welcome to Fox Checks. On this channel, I like to review restaurants and attractions that are around the LA area. Today, I'm going to be going over to the valley because in Woodland Hills, there's an event called Sugar Rush. Now, I actually did some videos covering the event in the past, and I said I was going to go during the opening weekend, but you know, I got a little busy. Bars started to open, clubs started to open, empezaron los rodeos, so, you know, I was doing other stuff. But now, it's the last week of the event, and I decided I have to go check it out before it ends, right? So right now, we're gonna go over to the valley. I'm gonna go pick up my friend, Kimmy K, and then we're gonna make our way over there. I'm on the 101 freeway right now, and I'm going to the event, and there's actually not a lot of traffic, which is really surprising because it's Monday afternoon, and like, this is considered rush hour, right? So right now, we're gonna make our way over there, but before getting there, we gotta stop and check out the Instagram page for this event so that we can see what pictures they put to promote the event and maybe get some ideas of like the pictures I want to take when I get there. So let's check out the Instagram page. This is the Instagram page for the event, and as you can see here, they have 50,000 followers almost. The description says Sugar Rush, a candy-fueled open-air on-foot experience in Woodland Hills. It's at the Westfield Topanga Mall, and it's open through May 2nd. If you click on the link right here, it'll take you to the place where you can buy tickets. So right now, real quick, we're just gonna take a look at the pictures of the stuff that they're gonna be displaying at the event, just so that we can kind of get ideas of what pictures I'm gonna take when I get there. Like this one right here, these people right here took a picture with all those lollipops in the background, which looks really nice, right? Here goes the name of the event and with some glittery stuff, and here goes another little family who took a picture with a purple ostrich, which is really nice. So like I said, you know, this is really just to see what the event has to offer and if we want to go check it out. So right now I'm on my way over there, and we'll see what pictures I decide to take when I get there. I'm gonna feature you in my YouTube video. PK. I am finally at the Sugar Rush event, and this is how it looks. So when you get here, there's a vendor on the left hand side, and this vendor sells candies, waters, lightsabers, and a bunch of things that light up in case you have kids and you want to buy them something. This is where you make line for the event, but today is Monday and this is the last week of the event, so nobody was here. And this is my friend Kimmy K. She's a little shy to be on camera, but I'm just happy she came. I hope she has a good time. That way she comes back with me whenever I invite her again, right? But before you go inside the event, they actually check your body temperature. So make sure that if you have a fever, you don't come because they will not let you in. And they have a ton of security here, as you guys can see. They even got metal detectors because they want to make everyone feel safe. You guys know que vivimos en un mundo un poco loco. There's some crazy people. So they want to make sure that everyone is safe at their event. And this is where they check your ticket and they make sure that you signed the waiver. And the waiver just basically says if you get sick, injured, or anything, they're not responsible for you, right? And right here, there's a sign that says don't touch anything because they don't want you to get the exhibits dirty. So if you come to the event and you're only gonna take one picture, make sure you take a picture right here because it has the logo of the event, Sugar Rush. It's got some giant lollipops and it just looks nice, right? So if you bring your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, el Sancho, el otro, la Sancha, whatever, take a picture and have a memory. But when you go inside, this is the first thing you see. A lot of pink, a lot of blue, but it looks nice. So we get to the first thing right here. This could be a lollipop, but for me, it's gonna be a cake pop. So when I was looking at these big giant cake pops, I was imagining why we don't have giant cake pops at Starbucks, right? They sell you those little cake pops that you eat in like 2-3 bites, but I really wish they sold cake pops that were this big. Can you guys imagine a cake pop with a glass of milk? Un vaso de leche con tu cake pop? Sounds like a great combination, right? And we can move on and look at this next exhibit. They got an adult joke right here. It says Sugar Daddy on that yellow lollipop right there. And it's an inside joke, you know. If you're an adult, you're gonna understand it. And if you're a kid, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But right here, there's a cupcake, which you can take a picture with. And over on the left-hand side, there's a lollipop. So if you're a girl and you have an OnlyFans, you can take like 30 different poses on that thing and you can post it on there, right? The guys are gonna love it. And they do have performers when you walk through the exhibit right here. They dance and they talk to you, and they do have music playing in the background. And one thing I liked about the performers is that even though it was empty, they still were dancing, talking, giving it their all. So I think that was really awesome. That way I don't feel like I missed out on anything. And if you had come during the nighttime, these arcs right here would be lit up with lights. But I came during the daytime, so they're not on, right? But right here, if you look at the ground, I do like how they have the ground painted. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but since the beginning of the event, it seems like they have the ground painted, and it just looks a lot nicer. Like, there's just more color in the event, especially considering that this is the point they're trying to push. Sugar Rush, colorful, you know, it just looks nicer. I really like how they thought outside of the box. You know, it just goes to show you that they really put a lot of time and effort into these exhibits, right? And one thing I want to tell you guys, if you guys come, make sure that you guys bring a good photographer, because there are so many photo opportunities right here. You could take a picture with so many different things, so you want to make sure that you bring somebody that knows what they're doing when it comes down to taking pictures, because I'm sure you're going to want to take a bunch of different pictures here so that you can upload them to social media and show everybody where you went, right? But right here we can see that they have some giant cotton candy, some candy canes, some of the macaroons that taste really good. They got the trunk of the tree that's painted pink. We got a flamingo right here. Flamingos in the background. Flores on the ground. We got pink palm trees. And it just looks really nice, you know. Palm trees, of course, because we live in LA. And this next part of the event, I'm guessing it's supposed to be like the factory where they make the candies. So over on the left hand side and over on the right hand side, they got the containers. And in those containers, I'm guessing, you know, a ball comes out, the sugar comes out, and then they go down the pipe and the candy is made, right? So I do like how creative they got. They added different stuff to the event. And right here, we got some lollipops. We got a unicorn, and of course the unicorn has a cupcake on the side in case you want to take a picture, or if the unicorn gets hungry, then it could take a bite of the cupcake, right?
Hey, my friends, good day! Welcome, welcome! You arrived in the lollipop forest. So here for you, my friends. And of course, my giant birthday cake. I hope you like me. There's plenty to go around. And by that I mean, it's literally going around. And around and around and around and around. Have fun, my friends!
And that guy right there was a host. One thing I liked about coming today was that since nobody was here, that guy was basically following us around everywhere, and he was giving us the personal tour. So that was pretty cool. So right here, there's a paleta and there's a cone with vanilla ice cream and strawberry ice cream, and it looks really good. We got this table right here that has a bunch of polka dots. It's got a Ferris wheel, and the Ferris wheel has cupcakes, and there's cake, and they had this thing right here where you could jump on, which I thought was really cool. Of course, I decided to jump on it porque me gusta andar de travieso, and when you would jump on it, it would make the cake spin a little bit faster, you know? So I did like how they did that, because it just made the event a lot more fun, because they got you engaged. And I believe there was 4 or 5 of those throughout the whole event, and I kind of wish they had more, but I mean, it was perfect, you know, I liked it. And moving on, right here they have these peas, and I don't know if you guys remember, did anybody really like these things? I remember I would buy them, but it was just because I would like lifting the head up and getting the candy out, right? But I do like how these peas look, like they're like life-size peas, which is pretty cool. And now we get to the section here, and we actually saw a picture on their Instagram of this section where there's this big dome with the disco ball and a bunch of lights. So if I had come there in the nighttime, I'm pretty sure it would have been cool, because there would have been a bunch of lights, that disco ball would have been right there, and it would have looked nicer, right? So if you're watching this video right now, you might want to consider coming during the nighttime so that you get a different point of view. But aquí ando de travieso, I did decide to jump on stage and just walk around and put the camera like up at the sky, because it just made you feel like you were so small compared to all these giant lollipops. So it was pretty cool. And of course, there was another section here where you could jump on, and of course, allá ando de travieso, I jumped on it. And this one, when you jumped on it, instead of it doing anything, it talked. So basically the frog on the right started talking. So I thought that was pretty cool. The frog looks cool. And right now that I'm looking at all these exhibits, it kind of reminds me of like the Rose Bowl parade, right? But you know, the Rose Bowl parade, everything is made out of flowers, and you know, right here, nothing is made out of flowers. But it just kind of feels like you're in that setting, right? And here goes another performer dancing and giving it their all to the music that is playing in the background, and just making sure we're having a good time.
Well done. Magical dancers here. Yes, well done, my friend.
And over here, as you guys can see, there's a parrot that is color red, and those things look really nice. I really wish I could have one in real life, but those things are expensive. There's a bear right here who has a spoon, and it looks like he's getting ready to eat some honey, because bears like honey just like Winnie the Pooh does. And over here is a bee, and the bee is collecting the ingredients that it needs from the flower so that it can make some more honey. And one thing that I liked were these ants. Look at these ants, like they're so cool because they look funny. They got big ants, small ants, and they're in a line, and they got those goofy looking eyes that I just really like the ants for some reason. I don't know, I'm a little weird like that. Pero aquí está another bee right there. They need a lot of bees to collect a lot of honey. And there goes a dragonfly, and this one also has the funny looking eyes. Like I had mentioned, I think these things are really cool. Whoever designed this stuff is really creative. And of course, there goes the queen bee. She looks really sexy. She's got her crown, and I wonder if she's single. But over here, moving on to this other part, there's an insect, and I think this insect is a bad guy, because if you look at his colors, they're like darker than the other colors of this exhibit, right? So the other colors in the exhibit are a little bit more bright, but if you look at that insect in the back, it's brown. So maybe he was good and now he's turning bad. He wants all the honey to himself. I don't know. But here goes the bees, and of course they're putting all the honey in these things right here for the queen bee so that she can be happy.
My goodness, how rude of me. I should have introduced you to all of our friends here. The bullfrog is Joshua. That's Murray, he's the bear. And over there is Beyonce.
Beyonce, whoa. And I guess the queen's name was Beyonce, which, like I said, this guy was cracking jokes, and he just made the event a lot more fun, especially because he was paying attention to us. I really like that. And here goes a little zoo. We got some cheetahs, some giraffes, a tiger, you know, and this is just cool things to take pictures with. You know, like I said, this is really an event for like people who like taking pictures. And right here they had these little houses set up, and you can basically take pictures. One thing I liked was that they had 5 of them, so if it had been packed, like, you wouldn't have been fighting to take pictures with these houses. And there goes a zebra, really random. It doesn't even have eyes. I didn't notice that when I was there, but that zebra doesn't have eyes. And when you walk in this tunnel, you know, if it had been nighttime, the lights would have been on, but it's daytime, so they're not. But it still looks cool. I still like how everything looks in the daytime, you know. I don't regret coming during the day because I got a different point of view, you know. And over here, look at this horse. One thing I thought was interesting was that it reminded me of the horse from the mobile gas station. You guys know how it's a horse, and that horse has wings. There goes a fire hydrant that is painted like pink, orangey type of thing. And there was this scary looking cat, a blue cat with red eyes. I would never want to see that in real life because that looks scary. And this kangaroo right here reminds me of the kangaroo from Kangaroo Jack. I don't know if you guys saw that movie. That movie came out like, what, 20 years ago? But over here, I really like this horse and the guy on top of it. I think that in real life, if you could get a picture like this, that would be so dope. To get a picture of you riding a horse while the horse is standing on its 2 legs, that would be an amazing picture to take. And in this next part, we had another place where you could jump on. And of course, if you guys see the host, he's just looking at me and he's telling me, jump right there, jump right there. So I jump, and when I jump, I start to hear music like if I'm in a circus. So that's when he starts talking about a circus. He starts telling me about the exhibits. He tells me go to the right, that's that, this is this. So like I told you guys, this host was really cool. He did make the moment a lot more fun and enjoyable, and I thought it was dope that he was here. And you know, if there had been more people, maybe he wouldn't have paid attention to us, right? But I did like this first exhibit. It's kind of like 3D. So it starts off 3D and then it goes into the sunset, right? If you guys can see, the road continues. I think that's really cool. Over here, we have an elephant, like if we were in the circus. But you guys know that nowadays, there's no more animals in the circus. But, you know, there goes Coke. And there goes another exhibit right here, and there's a person dancing and giving it their all. I think this is supposed to be a pastel de tres leches, and it looks really good. I actually haven't eaten pastel de tres leches in a while. Ya me saqué la tentación. But this cake right here has a guy that's holding a kiwi and a bunch of other fruits right there. I see a strawberry, a pera, a limon, an orange, an apple. And over here, this performer was dancing for us, was talking to us. And this person was basically talking about the flavors in this cup of ice cream. So she was telling us how there's chocolate, how there's strawberry, how there's vanilla. She was telling me which one do I want. She was like, do you want my cherry? And of course I said I want to pop that cherry. And you know, it was a lot of fun. And here are my tickets because I am at the circus. It's 2021 and it's the Los Angeles Circus of Fun at May 1.
And now, my friend, you have 2 choices you can make. Follow me this way. You can either follow this the squiggly lines on the left where you can race each other down the colored path. Or choose the right path and play hopscotch. The choice is yours, my friend.
And as you guys heard, we have two options. We could go to the right and play hopscotch, or we could go to the left hand side and follow these squiggly lines and race. So obviously the one on the left is more fun. So I told my friend, you get on one and I get on one. So I decided to get on the sky blue one and I said, let's race. So she got on the light purple one and we started racing. Bam, 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 woo! Alright. And of course, I ended up winning because guys, we're awesome. And we always win, you know, at the end of the day. And my friend ended up losing. But if you guys look at the back, look at the kids. They're coming, they're running. Like, they were having fun. So if you bring kids, they're gonna love this event, you guys. You know, even as an adult, I love it. Here I go again, being a little kid. I'm jumping on this thing, and when you jump on it, it inflates this giant inflatable right here. There you go. Isn't that so awesome? Like I had told you guys, these little things, they're so simple, but so cool at the same time, right? And moving on now, as you guys can see, there's this tree right here, and this tree has a bunch of lollipops. So instead of it having branches, it has lollipops as branches. So I thought that was pretty neat. And there goes the performer. They saw us coming, so she comes out and she starts doing some tricks with the stick, which I thought was really awesome because I can't do that. Like I was just looking at her and I was like, wow, that is really awesome. You got some talent. So here goes those like windmill things that spin whenever the wind is hitting them. And one thing I liked was that the performers saw that they were going crazy. And look, she comes over here and she's blowing on them. So I thought that was really funny. You know, like I said, these performers really add more life to the exhibits. And I like that they had a bunch of them. And over here, this was, I think, one of my favorite parts of the event because it just looked really cool. I like that they had a plane. Like, this is so crazy. They have a plane. I like the colors of it being red and white. It kind of reminds me of Target and Christmas at the same time because there's so many candy canes. But I did like this one. I did take a bunch of pictures with the plane because I thought it looked pretty cool. It was a nice exhibit. Look at the ground. They painted the ground white and red, and they even added some mints. So again, I want you guys to notice all the details that they put into the event because I think they really went above and beyond. So right here in this tunnel, they had a bunch of different mirrors, and all these mirrors were set up in different angles. So no matter where you were standing at, every single mirror had a different angle. So some of the mirrors made your head look bigger, some of them made your feet look bigger. So they were just kind of random, but I did like that they had like some funny stuff, right? If you had kids, they would have loved this thing. I'm an adult right now, and I was having a blast. And there goes another disco ball. And of course, you know, if it was nighttime, I imagine that there would be a ton of lights right here, and it would look like the club. And there I go, ahí ando de travieso grabando, recording, peace out, and I am just having a great time. And here goes this performer. They saw us recording and having a good time, and you were actually supposed to go through this tunnel while you were stepping on the circles. So I actually didn't know that. So they should have put a sign that said, go through the tunnel by only stepping on the circles, and they didn't. So that's what they were missing. But I did like that I got to see how they did it. And of course, the people behind me did it, and it just looked like it was a bunch of fun. And we actually saw this picture of this right here. When we were looking at their Instagram, they had a picture of this. And I do like the Sugar Rush logo. I like how they made all these like glittery things. You know, it just looks nice, you know, you guys. For a picture, for a snap. I mean, this is what we're here for. We're here to create memories and have a good time, right? So I did really like this. We are moving over to the Little Mermaid section, and we're underwater right now, and I was trying to steal the pearl from the clam because those things are worth a lot of money. And over here, this could be like Little Mermaid's dad, or it could be Poseidon, or maybe like Aquaman or something, right? Or it could be your suegro. Imagine you go to your girlfriend's house and that's your suegro. Damn, you better not break that girl's heart or you're gonna be in trouble. And there goes a fish that kind of looks like it could be like Finding Nemo. And here goes this colorful tunnel. It's a tunnel that's kind of trippy because it's like black and whitish. It's something that wants to mesmerize you, and it has a bunch of different colors. So it does look really neat. But this is the end of the event, and before you leave, they actually give you candy. So right here, we're gonna pick up our candy that they're giving us because, you know, after watching all this candy, I want candy in real life now. But before you leave, they actually have a kids area right here where if you brought your kids, after they're done looking at the exhibits, they can come play. So I really like this, you guys. If you brought kids, they would have loved it. They have swings, picnic tables, giant Jenga, card games, Connect 4. So this is just something to bring your kids to, right? If you're enjoying this video right now, make sure you hit that delicious like button down below. It helps me out a lot. And also, if you live in the LA area and you want to see some more things to do around town, make sure to subscribe so that you can go on awesome adventures with me when I go around LA checking new places out. It's time for the verdict, you guys, and I'm going to be giving this place 5 out of 5 stars. And the reason that I'm giving this place a 5 is because I enjoyed all the exhibits. I liked how colorful it was. I like how every single exhibit had something that made it unique. It just goes to show you that they really thought about the event and they planned it out. So it made me feel good. I also like how they had a ton of different opportunities to take a bunch of pictures, right? I'm a person that likes taking pictures porque, you know, one day you're gonna get old and you're gonna look back at your old pictures and you're gonna remember moments like this, right? So make sure that you take a ton of pictures so that you have them as memories. Even if you don't put them on social media, just have them so that you have a memory of the time you came to the Sugar Rush event. If you have kids, they're gonna love it. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go wild. And they're gonna have a ton of fun, right? So if you're a kid, if you're an adult, you're gonna find this event really fun. As far as pricing is concerned, it's about $25 a person. So it's not expensive. And honestly, you will get your money's worth. I think in total, it took me about an hour to run through this whole event because I was stopping, recording, taking pictures, taking snaps. So I did get my money's worth. So I definitely recommend that if you guys watch this video before the event ends, that you guys go check them out, right? And I hope the company that does these events continues to do more because I love them. This was Della Fox Checks, and I approve of Sugar Rush.